Today's program is gonna be a little bit different. Se você tá querendo estudar um pouquinho mais de inglês, aprender um pouquinho mais, e ainda de quebra, saber como é ser uma estudante negra numa universidade HBCU, que é uma universidade historicamente negra, tá no lugar certo. Hoje a gente vai falar com uma pessoa muito especial, com um amigo muito especial, mas antes, não esquece de se inscrever aqui no canal. A gente tem também o nosso canal no canal universitário, o CNU, e a gente quer que você esteja aqui com a gente. Para começar, vou apresentar então meus amigos. So, hello, we're here with Kennedy and Javier. You can please introduce yourselves.
My name is Kennedy Kirkland. I'm currently a rising junior at Tuskegee University, and I'm very happy to be here.
Hello, I'm Javier Escudero. I am the director of Brasil Cultural. It's an exchange agency in Brazil, and I'm also a former professor of Spanish literature from Penn State University and former director of Cervantes Institute in Rio de Janeiro.
That's really cool. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
And they just had a tour. They just met the whole university. And I want to ask, what is the first impression, if you could tell them a little bit?
It was very inspirational seeing the impact that this university has had on Sao Paulo and Brazil in general. Seeing how big of an impact it can make on the students just by having a university for Black people to get those opportunities that we may be overlooked for. Just seeing that, and then also seeing the parallels between our university, Tuskegee University, and the United States, as well as this university here in Sao Paulo. It's very interesting, very amazing to see.
That's great. And how do you feel being able to make this possible? What do you feel being here and bringing these people here?
Well, first I need to thank the institution for welcoming us. It's been an honor to bring a group from Tuskegee University. I've been in Brazil with Brasil Cultural for 21 years. And in Salvador, Bahia, where we are based, we collaborate with several educational educational organizations that basically teach students in order for them to enter the university. Mm-hmm. So I have taken a lot of different universities, several HBCUs universities in Salvador, and when we visit and these universities present about their job, the name of the Zumbi de Palmares University always come out. So why? Because it's basically the only Black university of Brazil. And many of these educational quilombos aim one day to become Black universities, because the fight to transform the reality of many Black students in Brazil is still very important, and these organizations are very aware of it. And Zumbi dos Palmares is always kind of a reference. It's kind of the dreaming institution that many of these organizations would like one day to be.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We are really happy to be this inspiration somehow. Yes. And we are the biggest country outside of Africa that has this amount of Black people. We are more than 57% of the population here in Brazil, but we fight a lot with racism, as we know and as we see. And I'd like to know your experience a little bit. What do you see about Black people in the United States? How do you deal with it? How it is being a Black girl?
Being a Black woman in America is very interesting. There's a lot of stereotypes that are projected onto us that are completely untrue. So, being at Tuskegee University is a very great experience because I'm surrounded by so many inspirational women and people who are constantly uplifting me. But overall, being a Black woman in America, you have to be strong for sure. You deal with a lot of injustice or a lot of opposition in general, and it's a little bit harder to get opportunities sometimes, but by showing up and being who you are and standing out and being excellent, so that's something that Tuskegee University pushes a lot, is excellence, Black excellence in specific. So just by continuing to be a reflection of Tuskegee University and showing the world what we have to offer, we're still able to get those opportunities and to still stand out.
That's great. How do you think that your president impressions or things he says and things he acts in your country impacts this vision and this feeling?
It's a little bit hard, constantly, like day after day, if we're getting new information or new things come out on the news, things that kind of are against us or that kind of hinder us again or kind of go in the opposite direction of Black progression, how we've been going. So that's a little frustrating to see. But even then, Tuskegee still pushes on. We still push forward. We still get opportunities with different companies, and we still are excellent in everything that we do.
That's great. Javier, with your experience with people traveling around the world, what's the most interesting thing that you have really learned about Black people?
Well, I was a privileged student in Spain in the sense that I received a very good education. As when I was 12, I was a Boy Scout and I have to choose a idol, somebody whose ideas or whose actions would inspire me. So I choose Martin Luther King because at the time I lived in a dictatorship, Franco dictatorship. I was 12 years old, but I have some brothers who were learning English using Martin Luther King speech. Through this, and later on, I was lucky to get my master's and my PhD at the University of Virginia. University of Virginia was a school that was built with work done by people who were enslaved. Today we know that over 4,000 people, and we now know the names of these people who were enslaved that built the University of Virginia. That is one of the most important public institutions of the United States. We also know that Thomas Jefferson, who was the first president of the university, was also an slave owner who also had kids with one of his slaves. So this experience allowed me to be aware of not only the civil rights movement, but also of the intricacies of the difficulties that many Black people confront in daily life, not only in Europe, where I was born, but also in the United States later on. This has allowed me in many ways to be a lot more sensitive towards Black culture. So in the last 21 years, we have welcomed many different students, many different Black, Latino students, white students too, but a lot of Black students who, when they come to Brazil, experience an epiphany. Because in Brazil, it holds still today a strong African culture, an African culture that was not taken away from people, that people resist and maintain it and transmit it through one generation to another generation. And when American students, Black students come and they see the strength of many of their brothers and sisters carrying on these African cultural, religious, social traditions, this is a beautiful moment. So I witness this very often. And every time I witness it, it makes me very happy. I do have a spiritual mother in Salvador, Ceci de Oxalá, Nancy de Souza. She has a PhD, honorary PhD by UFBA University. She's a storyteller. And 3 years ago or 4 years ago, one of our students walked into the room when she was and she started crying. She looked at her and said, "Oh my God, you are like my grandmother who just passed away." And they embraced each other. And that embracement, that hug that Ceci and this student gave to each other meant a lot, because you could see that this is a very transforming experience for our visitors and for our Black students, and also for our local students meeting Black students and encountering partners, friends, family among them.
And it's really cool because Canary was saying about like seeing herself in other people who inspire her and who support her. And it's really important because in Brazil, even being the majority of the people here, we are still like in jobs that are not supported, that are not well seen, and we are dealing with it. And we saw some of the celebrities like Hillary Clinton or Oprah that we saw on the walls, that were people who visited us and who support our project. And I would like to know, like, as a US person, as a US representative, what do you think that is important for your country? As you know that the other countries are really inspired by you. What do you think we could do different, or you could keep on doing as celebrities or political? Or
I would say in the US, we can be a little bit more aware. I feel like a lot of times we think that like we're the main people or that it's all about us. But I think being aware, expanding our minds, getting to know and know different languages, learning about different cultures such as Brazilian culture, I think that's big for people who are going to these other countries and representing the U.S. to know about. I also think that we should really just try to be welcoming overall. I think a lot of Americans can sometimes be closed off, or it can come across as just not knowing about problems that go on around the world. They just know about a lot of U.S. problems. But by getting that information and actually utilizing the technology that we have today, such as Google, so it's very much at our fingertips to know about these issues. So by using that technology as well.
have you ever dreamed of being in college?
I did, yeah.
Yeah? How is the process to get into college?
To get into college, like in the United States, it wasn't too bad. I went to a school that really prepared me for it. So you have to take a test and then submit those test scores, as well as just apply to different colleges. Most applications are pretty similar, where you just put your GPA in and then answer some questions. So you send those out and then you get your response back within a couple months' time, depending on when you submit it.
In your neighborhood, there was a lot of Black people?
Yes.
When you lived there? Everybody is into college?
I believe a lot of people are, but I can't say everybody.
Okay. But it's common, like, Black people being interested in college?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah? In Brazil, I think we're fighting a little bit with it yet. Like, there is this barrier that says you are not invited, this is not for you, and we are really fighting with it. Like, so I think our fight not only against racism, but against what it built over the years, this mindset that is like, you do not belong here. And I think it's our biggest fight here, like, you do belong here and you can do it. That's why you feel like, yes, we can do it. It's everybody possible. So I think that it's something that we are really inspired by you and the HBCUs. Like, I cannot imagine the feeling of being in a university filled with Black people like that big. It must be amazing. Like, what do you say today to a Black little girl, Brazilian, who wants to be in college but doesn't think it's for her?
I would say it's definitely for her, if not for her the most, to be honest. I feel like she should continue to reach for her dreams, push for her dreams, because they're definitely attainable. Hard work does not go unnoticed. So just continuing to do good in school, have good grades, or just try her best, honestly. Just try your best in all that you do. That's something that my dad really instilled in me, was to try my best in everything. So that will show up in your results. So continuing to do that, and then just being the best representative of yourself you can be.
Yeah. And tell us what you are studying.
I'm studying business administration, and I have a concentration in accounting.
Oh, okay, that's great. So do you think about having your own company or not?
Possibly. The reason why I went into accounting is because I like numbers, but also many businesses, they fail because they don't know the accounting side of things. So in the case that I do become an entrepreneur, I want to have that under control. So
okay. She's gonna be rich. I'm gonna be her friend. That's really cool. I'm really, really glad to see you. How old are you?
19.
You're 19, and she's so mature. Wow, that's great. Such a big inspiration for us. And why are you here? Like, what did you expect being in Brazil?
Well, firstly, I'm here because I really love Brazilian culture. I've always loved bossa nova, samba music. That's been always big for me. So, I also wanted to expand my perspective. I really haven't traveled out of the country much, but I really love cultures. I love languages. So coming here, that was something that's really been a dream of mine. And actually, I want to live out of the country. I really like Bahia. That's a city that I really want to see and then possibly live there.
Wow.
So yeah, but I really just wanted to understand the culture from like a first-hand perspective and be able to have that experience. And the experience has been great so far. The people are so open, so welcoming, and just seeing the Brazilian culture like in person and being able to interact with them and talk to them. I know a little bit of Portuguese, so I'm able to get around a little bit, but that's always fun.
That's cool. And what the American people think, the North American people think when they hear Brazilian? What goes in your minds?
I would say maybe Carnival.
Okay.
That's big. Like we know a lot. Well, we hear about that a lot. And then like Rio de Janeiro, I think that's something that people think about a lot as well.
Okay. We have this big like inside fight. Like we fight a lot about a lot of things here in Brazil, but we are all together to defend our country to other people. So it's like a family. We fight with each other, but nobody talks about my family. So it's really important. It was really important, like in the Super Bowl when Bad Bunny comes with the country saying, "This is America. We are America," because we're always so upset. Like, why do they say America as something that is only theirs? Because we are America. So at school, you learn like the name America as your country. Right? Like it's common to the
Yes.
kids. Yeah? And when you learn that America is not only North America or United States.
Oh, I would say maybe like in history classes when we get the actual geography, we see that it's North America, South America. But they commonly refer to the North America as just America. So I think that's also something that we kind of have to learn outside of the classroom. So I would say that's...
It is. I always think, when do they learn? Because it's really like, I don't know, it's not that deep when you think, but like getting the whole continent name to your country, you're always upset about this. So I think movements with this diversity of places or races or genders are getting bigger and better and getting more space in the industry. So it's really cool. Like here in Brazil, we have channel television. It's called Globo. And it's a big reference to what we watch here in Brazil because it's an open channel, so everyone could watch. And it's really cool because they hadn't had a main actress that is black in a lot of time, and now every single one of their soap operas that we watch here is really, really popular. They have a lead person that is black, could be a man or a woman. And how do you see this entertainment in the United States? You think you're being represented?
I would say it's a little bit mixed, but we have been getting more good representation in media. We have a lot of inspirational people. I know like Keke Palmer, she's been like getting a lot of traction, a lot of good traction. She has a podcast now, I think, and people have been like watching her and seeing her. And just a lot of different people have been able to be advocates for our community, and just talk about how we're more than what we're portrayed in the media in the negative light. In the negative light, people kind of see us as maybe uneducated or aggressive or things like that, kind of that we've been portrayed in the past, because sometimes we've been portrayed as like the thief or the thug or things like that in media. But today we're getting those better representations of, you know, being educated, going to college, being soft, being a lover, things like that, like getting black romance, things like that, or black romance in media like that, just seeing that we're more than a struggle, like coming up in maybe a poor community. That's not all that we are. We're a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's the same discussion in another country. That's great. And I would also like to ask you, In general, like to Black folks over here, if you could say something that changed your mindset, because here in Brazil, one of the biggest discussions in the Black community is that when one Black woman like can get the chance to be in a relationship, the Black man isn't interested in her based on some things and some prejudices that we have in our society. Do you see this in your country, in your reality, or is something that is not that common?
I would say it definitely does happen, or that definitely is a reality where the Black man doesn't want to be with the Black woman, but I think that's more of a reflection of that Black man himself and problems that are unresolved within himself. But with going to an HBCU, I see a lot of Black relationships that are so beautiful. And actually, I'm in one myself. But yeah, so I see a lot of like Black love that is so beautiful. And so I think that there are a lot of relationships where Black men they love Black women and are very attracted to them and see them as life partners. So I would say it's a reality on both sides, but it's not only where Black women are being rejected.
We always talk about a lot about this because it's a really common issue over here, and we say a lot about this because we see as the Black man has some issues to grow and to learn and to understand, and some prejudice that is inside of all of us. So we always say, like, we don't say we are not racist because we need to recognize that the structure is racist. So we say, I'm a racist, she's a racist, but we are anti-racism, like not racist, but anti-racist. I recognize that there are some things in me that are racist, but I need to fight against it. So it's really important because people want to defend us, say, I'm not a racist. No, you need to recognize it. So yes, you are. Yeah. But so it's really cool to learn with you. So this was a little bit about what it is being a Black girl, a Black woman, because Kennedy is a woman, here with us. And I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have some questions answered. If you want more, she needs to come back to Brazil to say more things about her life. And I want to thank you so much. Do you have anything to close our big episode?
No, I'm very happy to hear Kennedy said that she wants to go to Bahia soon, because as we are based in Bahia, she knows she'll be welcome there in Bahia one day. No? And again, we hear this more and more. Black students that come to Brazil, they go to see Bahia and suddenly they say, oh my God, I want to live here. And we are seeing this. We are seeing people retiring, Afro-American people retiring in Bahia. Numbers are really increasing. I know many people also go to Portugal, but Bahia is on the list now of many African Americans and also young people. We have some former students from this university, Tuskegee, who came last year to Bahia. He has been back in Brazil. He's currently in Bahia, and he said, I want to study here. So again, something is there that really is unique and strong and beautiful, and a way of life that people really look at, and also they want to make a change. They want to help Afro-Brazilians to become, to have more opportunities, to become full citizens. And, you know, Bahia needs this a lot. So I'm very glad to hear that from Kennedy. Thank you.
Yeah, and the answer everybody wants to know, is your boyfriend also from the college?
Yes, he goes to this game. Yes.
See, so the college has a lot of benefits. And more than Kennedy, we have a lot of people here too. Can you say hi? Just say hi. They are here with us. Thank you so much for coming and for joining us. We had a really special visit from all of them. And you're more than welcome to be here anytime you want. I will give you my contact. Call me. We are going to hang out anytime. Ok? So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vocês podem se inscrever no canal. Nosso vestibular, processo seletivo, está aberto para você se tornar um aluno das Unidas Palmares. Então, é só você clicar em www.unidaspalmares.com.br e fazer a sua inscrição. É rapidinho. Você faz a sua prova, já sai na hora o seu resultado e você consegue adentrar aqui e fazer parte de tudo isso que a gente está falando e vivendo, tá bom? Muito obrigada. Deixa seu like, não esquece e até o próximo. Tchau!